The beer of the week is Hangar 24 Iconic Double IPA. It is both assertive and drinkable. Iconic is California's gift to beer lovers. It is brewed with 4 distinctive American hops, Centennial, Citra, Columbus, and Simcoe, all beautifully balanced with 5 malts and generous additions of local orange blossom honey. It's an intense experience of fresh aroma and citrus, pine, grapefruit with a bold taste of hops and sweet honey. It is one of the best double IPAs out there, and Hangar 24 has done a phenomenal job. On this week's episode of MMA to the Max, we're going to discuss the happenings of UFC 217, as well as pick into a little bit of Ryan Bader's show at Bellator 186.
The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to MMA to the Max. I am your host, Robert Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-host, as usual, Joseph Hudson, a.k.a. Riverside Joe. Joe, this is number 17 of MMA to the Max, episode number 17. How are you doing tonight?
17?
Yeah, number 17.
Damn.
We are here. We are finally here. Number 17, the great number.
I thought you were about to say, we are here. Robert is queer. Get used to it. No?
It's probably very applicable at this point. Fuck. I have no idea why I was hyping up this episode as number 17. It's just, maybe I'm just in a good mood about tonight. I don't know.
Why would MMA to the Max be in such a great mood about tonight's card? I mean, I know personally I didn't do all that well in my Pick'em League, but there was only one fight that I was truly vying for this week and tonight, and I'm happy about that one.
Maybe it's because MMA Max's number one fighter, Mr. Jose Shorty Torres. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's a couple weeks from now when we start talking about how he won. But his MMA Max's number 2 fighter, Mr. TJ Dillishaw, went out and did exactly what we thought he would do, and that was TKO the champ, Cody Garbrandt. TJ is the champion. Oh my God, what a good night. And I feel like I've lost my voice. It's a little scratchy, it's a little hoarse, it's a little sour right now. But the night of fights tonight was so worth it.
Dude, it really was, man. I mean, we can talk about the whole card and we shall, beginning to end, but upset, not in my mind upset, and a huge upset.
Huge.
All in one card, all 3 champs. So, again, an upset, a decent one, a moderate one.
Three title fights, 3 title changes.
3
That's
changes.
What's crazy.
Holy shit.
That's crazy. And the only one that really surprised me to 100% degree was the first title fight of the night. That's what surprised me the most, because we all thought that, hey, Bisping, Bisping couldn't win, or GSP could win. We all thought that Cody versus TJ, both fighters could win, but with Joanna, I don't really know a single person, personally, at least personally on me, that thought that Rose had a chance in her.
No,
in
and
hell.
it was kind of like you could look at it like, you talk about, look, Rose has a chance, like everyone has a chance, but she doesn't
it's
have
MMA. Everybody has a chance in MMA.
She doesn't have a puncher's chance. That's why I was like, I'm like, look, she's got a chance. Yeah, I mean, it's MMA. She can get her to the ground. I think she's a better grappler, but she doesn't have what would you consider, quote unquote, a puncher's chance, right? She has a grappler's chance, which to me is is a less of a chance than a puncher's chance, right? Because all fights start on their feet. So you have a puncher's chance, you have a chance, a grappler's chance against someone who's got the accolades in striking that Joanna has. It's not a good chance, but we're getting ahead of the way we normally count the card down. But Rose won on that puncher's chance. Holy shit.
And that really was a puncher's chance. I mean, Jesus, we've seen the champ. I'm sorry, take that back. The former champ, Jedrzejczyk, get dropped before by punches. Yeah, Joanna champion is no longer. So everybody start figuring out how to pronounce her last name, because she's no longer Joanna champion. She's Joanna Jedrzejczyk.
Yeah, you better figure it out, right?
It is Jedrzejczyk,
former champion.
Yeah, Joanna former champion. That's so sad to hear, but she's been dropped before in her last couple fights. Claudia Gadeja dropped her twice. Karolina Kovacevic dropped her in the 4th round of their fight.
Just call her KK.
She can get caught. She can get caught. She does not take hard shots very well. That's evident from her past fights, and it might have been something that people probably should have taken into account leading up to this fight with Rose Namajunas, because Rose can strike. Did we think that Rose would have the power to be able to do what she was able to do? Maybe not. But she did apparently have the power to do what Karolina was able to do but not finish, and what Claudia was able to do and not finish, and that is stop the champion.
Did I went back and I looked at the replay. She tapped to strikes.
Yes, she did. She
her
absolutely
right hand
tapped
up against the cage. She went 1, 2, about to hit the 3rd one, and the fight got stopped. She tapped to strikes from Rose Namajunas. Thug Rose, look, dude, we've talked about her before. We've all thought she was a great fighter. We all knew she had potential.
Just didn't think she was ready.
We listened to any of the shows where we talked about Rose and her last fight against the Karate Hottie. We didn't think she was ready yet. We knew she could be. We just didn't think she was ready. And in my opinion, and look, I'm not taking anything away from Rose. I don't know if Joanna and an American Top Team took her as a legitimate contender. She almost seemed like she was sleeping on this fight a little bit. And I know in her post-fight interview she said don't do the comparison to Ronda Rousey, but I'm going to make a comparison. It's not the same that most do. But leading up to the fight when Ronda Rousey fought Holly Holm, she was like okay and wasn't too big about it. But Ronda has to get up for a fight. I think all that shit talk and that hype and I'm going to hurt you and putting the fist in the face was Joanna's way of trying to make herself get up for a fight that she didn't think she was up to. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I get it, and at the same time, yeah, I could see them maybe overlooking Rose, which is fine. I kind of am guilty of myself of overlooking Rose. Right? I think everybody might have been. I mean, even the hardcore Rose fans had to have at least been like, I want her to win, but come on, people.
It's a tough road for her to win.
It's a tough road to win. I mean, just stylistically, but they do say styles make fights, and Rose stylistically might have been a great fight. For Joanna, she's been facing these people that are not as technical. Aside from Karolina was fantastic. She almost finished Joanna in like the 4th round of their fight, or their 5-round fight. It went to decision. It was a close fight. It was a good fight. Joanna definitely won. I think Rose just took advantage of maybe Joanna. Maybe she bought into her own hype.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Because I like Rose. I think she's very skilled. I think she's very technical.
Oh, yeah. She's a really good fighter.
I don't see her as a long-term champion like Joanna was fixing to do. I don't see her as the best in the entire division. I will put it out right now. I think Claudia Gadeja beats the fuck out of Rose, and I think Karolina beats her again in a rematch. I really do. I don't see Rose defending that title. If they do an immediate rematch, maybe Rose beats Joanna again, because it's just stylistically it might be a bad matchup for Joanna. But does Rose beat Claudia? I mean, personally, just judging by what they have, even Jessica Andrade.
She could beat Andrade, and Andrade would be the ground game fight that she's been, clamoring for too.
Andrade would be the bully that just keeps coming after Rose, and can Rose handle that pressure? I don't know. And I'm not trying to take anything away from what she did tonight, because she looked amazing. She looked composed at the weigh-ins when Joanna was trying to just hype it up with the fist and everything. She just gave no fucks. She gave zero fucks.
Zero fucks to give, brother.
Yeah, the face off, she gave zero fucks. In the fight, when she came in the face to face, she gave zero fucks. She went out there, she won the title, she did what she had to do. She beat the undefeated champion, stopped her from breaking Ronda Rousey's record, which is actually kind of sad in my mind because Ronda was basically a paper champion leading up to her losing that fight. Just for the simple fact that, yeah, I'm gonna say it for the simple fact that the women's bantamweight division did not catch up with Ronda, and as soon as it did, she was done. But yeah,
that's not the same with Joanna. I don't think the bantamweight caught up with Joanna. I think, or assuming the strawweight, I think they've always been a evenly killed division over the bantamweight division. I just
absolutely. No, what I was saying was I don't think Rose is a paper champion. Like, oh my gosh, she got lucky. Styles make fights.
Yeah, but that wasn't the style that was going to beat. So did Joanna just practice with her hands down to defend a takedown? Like, because she shouldn't have been outstruck by Rose. Rose is a decent striker, but she is a better grappler. That's where you would think Rose would win, right? Would be on the ground with grappling and jiu-jitsus and transitions.
Well, I think the problem was because Rose is so good as a grappler that she just Joanna completely just neglected training for her striking. That's what I think.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, that's why maybe she slept on her.
Forgetting that her boyfriend is Pat Barry, and regardless of Pat Barry's MMA record and getting knocked out, he's a goddamn good fucking kickboxer.
Yeah, he's a great striker, and it was funny because we were watching the fight. My wife and I, we went out with. So my wife belongs to like a mom's group, and she does the exercise in the park and all that stuff with these other women in the park, and so they had a date night, where the moms and dads can go out, right? Everyone get a sitter, come do date night. So we were at a local brewery, and I brought my laptop. I'm not missing this fucking card for anything. And we were watching it, and I see, I'm sitting there, I'm like, who the fuck is Rose making out with? I didn't even recognize Pat.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they get some pretty hefty kisses, and I think he was transferring some of his power and his punches over to her, man. Like, I don't know, some kind of soul transfer, but it worked.
As long as he doesn't pass off his chin.
No. Yeah. Hey, God bless him. God bless him. He has I talked about this tonight to some of the other gentlemen at the fight. Pat Barry versus Chet Congo. That fight will go down in my memory forever for a handful of things. One, for being Pat Barry getting knocked virtually out, and Pat Barry knocking out Congo, and then Congo knocking out Pat Barry.
I was going to say Pat Barry knocking out Congo at least 3 times.
Yeah, and in the Congo winning via knockout, but that was the last.
That was a great fight. A great first round at least.
Yeah, the last MMA fight that my older brother James and I discussed before he passed away. We were texting back and forth and all that stuff. So, Pat Barry, God bless the kid. He's always gonna have a special place in my heart, as well as Chet Congo, if he ever decides to compete again. I know he's in Bellator, but he just doesn't compete very often. But that was a phenomenal fight.
Yeah, and I want to point out, and a couple of my friends that listen to the show and then we've hung out. We've gone to the UFC Expo quite a few times in Vegas, and Pat Barry, even though he doesn't have a booth. He doesn't have he's not hanging out at a sponsored booth. He'll just walk around still, just to have fun at the expo.
Super approachable.
The man will stop and take pictures with everybody. Pat Barry is a really cool dude. He's a really nice guy. I wish a lot of these fighters were a lot like Pat Barry. Pat Barry is probably the coolest dude in MMA. Seriously.
Well, that's part of what's made MMA as big as it is the accessibility of the fighters. That's kind of what it's known for.
You don't get that nowadays. That's the problem. A lot of fighters are no longer accessible. They're no longer accessible. Once they get that fame, that fortune, and all that, they're not as accessible as they once were. Like we were talking about, I'm gonna shout him out real quick. Mr. Shorty Torres, like we were talking about, joking about on the interview with him. Once he gets UFC, he's gonna forget about MMA the Max.
Nah, Shorty's legit, dude. I understand that. We joked about with him too.
Yeah, we joked. I hope he doesn't forget. That'd be cool.
Yeah, now he won't be as accessible, of course, because he'll have the opportunity to either speak to MMA to the Max or Ariel Helwani on his free time. And
but we're cooler than MMA. We're cooler than Ariel Helwani. Fuck Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, we might be cooler, but I think our audience is slightly smaller. Just by a couple.
Just a tad. Probably about, just by like fucking 999,994 people, maybe.
Yeah.
But
nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, but
it's cool.
running a little sideways. I mean, we just talked about the Coco, the feature fight.
Dude, don't bring up that word sideways.
What's wrong with sideways?
That's how I felt earlier today.
Slipping? Are we slipping? Are things getting kicked out from under our feet? What our ball? What?
Yeah, no, you just reminded me of my situation earlier. That's not cool. Fuck, my balls are still hurting.
Dude, hey! Now that owes the audience some explanation, because no man can say my balls are still hurting without an explanation. Because that can go like many different ways to cause those balls.
So yeah, that's a good point, and I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. But now that that's out, but maybe people that don't know me on a personal level and they still listen to the show, they might actually enjoy it. I work for Frito-Lay.
I know you on a personal level.
Right. I work for Frito-Lay in sales, but it's also merchandising as well. I was climbing one of those industrial ladders. Right, they have the like 3 or 4 steps, and then you have like the longer step to stand on. At a grocery store, and apparently it wasn't high enough for me, so I stood on the bars and the handles to try to reach up higher.
You know where it says "Do not stand," not for standing. Do
not
reach
stand.
From.
I will stand.
Yeah.
Anyways, as I was doing it, the ladder slipped out from underneath me, and to try to catch myself and catch the ladder at the same time, I kind of crushed myself, and it hurt. It hurt a little, it hurt.
Did you think that your penis was prehensile and you could like grab a hold of something?
No. I had no problem with my penis.
What are you doing here,
I had
bro?
no problem.
Why are you trying to balance yourself with your ball bag?
I was gonna say my penis is fine. It's just I thought I caught myself well enough to not crotch myself on the metal bar, but apparently I didn't. And so the penis is fine. The balls, however,
no one cares, dude.
The balls, however, are bruised. I was in the shower earlier, and I was like, God damn, my balls hurt. And I decided to just take a look. And lo and behold, look, there's a big-ass bruise on the bottom of my ball sack. So that's fun.
Just wait till you get a vasectomy, bro. That's even more painful.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I fell on a metal bar on my balls. I highly doubt it's that much more. That's that much worse.
Okay, I had a doctor discussing with a nurse about their plans on the weekend to do a barbecue while literally snipping the vas difference from my ball sack to my penis.
See, that's how much they don't care about how much pain you're in, because it's not that much pain.
No, it's because anyone who's willing to slice open another man's ball sack and snip some shit is obviously masochistic. Or a sadist. The masochistic is pain to yourself or something. They're masochistic. They're sadists. Whatever the fuck it is not cool. And,
no, that's for sure. That's so great. So here's the funny thing about tonight, man. I was looking it up. There was no fight of the night bonus awarded.
No, I noticed that too. Right? It seems a little odd.
Yeah. Okay. So they give performance of the night to George St. Pierre, which is
understandable.
Cool, understandable. T.J. Dillishaw.
100%
Fucking understandable. Hell yeah. And Rose Namajunas, also understandable.
Understandable.
How the fuck do you not give Curtis Blades versus Alexei Olnick fight of the night? I don't care how that fight ended. It was on the Fight Pass prelims.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of
controversy. It was a great controversy thanks to the New York State Athletic Commission once again.
No, it was more about the in-cage referee. Somehow, from his perspective, viewing that as an actual kick that landed when it barely grazed Olenik's fucking cauliflower. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it didn't land.
Cauliflower kind of busted though, man.
It did. I mean, So they were grappling on the ground, and I don't remember if Blaze was kind of in a sprawl position, but he gets himself up, and Olenek is on all fours. And Blaze goes to legitimately throw a 100% illegal soccer kick to the head of Olenek.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he
Olenek
misses.
Stood up before, or no, he missed.
No, he was still down. Had it landed, it would have been completely illegal. But all he did do was use his big toe to graze the ear of Olenek.
Yeah,
that wasn't a kick to the head of a downed opponent. That was a missed kick. to the head of a ground opponent. And somewhere along the lines, Olenek said he was unable to continue. And since that was not an illegal punch, it was a TKO. Rightfully so. I think Blades beat him up enough on the feet.
100%. 100%.
Right? We're in agreement there?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right in that description. 100%. I hate the way the fight stopped.
I agree.
I hate the way that the athletic commission kind of ruled that, because they did go to the replay. The ref was looking at it. They Olenek did say he can't continue, and they kind of looked at it to see if it was legal or.
There was the same thing with Chris Weidman versus.
Except this time, the athletic commission did say that we are going to allow replays. Before
now
they
replays
didn't.
are legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I mean.
Weidman Musasi,
Yeah,
similar to Weidman Musasi.
Exactly. Which should have been a long time. I mean, either way, we thought Weidman lost that fight fair and
square. He was about to lose it one way or the other, yeah.
Because in New York, it don't. It's not even just New York. It's just regardless of where you're at. You never say, "I can't continue."
Nope. You can't do that because then you give up.
You cannot
man.
do that. I don't care if you're trying to fucking go for a no contest, trying to go for a disqualification. If you say you can't continue, you gave up.
Yep.
I don't care what the rules say in the rule book for an athletic commission. If you say you can't continue, you gave up. That's it. Fight's over. Done. You're done. So
yeah, 100% agreement, because if it is determined, or if everyone looks back, let's say that Olenek says, no, I can't continue. The head kick got me. Oh, and it was an illegal blow that made me unable to continue, and then he wins the fight, or it's a no contest, and then everybody goes back with or without instant replay, and everybody in the MMA sphere sees that he wasn't hit. Everyone's like, oh, that pussy didn't want to fight. He was trying to get away on a technicality. And again, I don't want to say any offense to Chris Weidman, because I'm still a fan and I love the guy. But that's kind of what I felt like he was trying to do.
That's exactly what Weidman was trying to do. I will say it because I don't give a fuck if I'm going to offend him, because if he listens to the show, which would be really fucking cool. But if he listens, I don't care. Weidman was being a bitch in that fight. He really was. I'm sorry.
And if those knees hurt him, he may have thought they were illegal, but those were legal knees. And if those knees hurt him so bad that he couldn't continue,
he played the game.
Then he lost the fight. He tried to play the game, and he lost.
Didn't play the game. That's the difference. Alexei Olenek did not play the game. The doctor asked him if he could continue. He said no, because
I think it was, like,
the ref said it was not an illegal strike. It was a strike to check it. He thought it was an illegal strike. The ref said no, it wasn't, due to replay.
Yeah.
And after that, when Olenek says he can't continue, well, then sorry, bro, you're TKO'd. That is
it was the right decision
legitimately
overall.
the right way to do it. Once you say, when the ref says that's not an illegal strike, it is a legal strike. And after the ref says it's a legal strike, you say I can't continue. Game over. Fight's over. You're done. You just gave up. You quit. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't feel bad for you.
You submitted to the ass whooping.
Yeah. Exactly. I can't feel bad for you. I feel bad that you may not have understood the rules that were given to you at that time. And there's a
language barrier there, unfortunately.
But you've been in the UFC. How many fights now? I think Olenek has like 7 fights in the UFC.
Yeah, 6 or 7 fights in the UFC.
That's your fault. Sorry, man. You're responsible for your own career. So
we're jumping around the card a touch because we went all the way back down.
It's fine. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good because I was actually going to start talking about. I was actually going to start bringing up another questionable call in the fight tonight, which was Mark Godbeer and Walt Harris. I did not agree at all with Walt Harris getting DQ'd in that fight. He caught Mark Godbeer in that clinch with a low blow, a knee to the crotch. And Godbeer kind of when he caught him with that shot, Godbeer kind of backed off like he was hurt. And Walt Harris immediately started striking on him through a head kick and cracked Godbeer in the chin. And Godbeer looked out of it. That fight should have been done. The ref, while that was all going on, while Harris kind of shot on through that I think it was the right hook, and then the left head kick to catch him. The ref was trying to stop it, saying, "Whoa, hold on, stop the fight." But he caught Harris while he was in motion for that shot.
Correct.
Godbeer, it was a right stoppage for kind of like a rest for the low blow. It definitely was a low blow. But how the fuck was Harris supposed to know about it? He's in the heat of the moment. And
well, dude, it's protect yourself at all times. Then he's throwing strikes.
Protect yourself at all
times. And then the
times,
ref comes in.
Fight until the ref stops it.
Correct. Harris didn't do anything wrong, dude, other than a low blow, unintentional.
He threw that head kick before the ref even got a fucking finger on him. That's what a lot of people don't see. Now, did he hear it? Oh, he should have heard it. The crowd wasn't that loud. Maybe.
Hear what?
You might be right.
He doesn't play to the crowd.
Yeah,
he doesn't fight for the crowd. He fights for the fucking referee to stop him or not.
Exactly. Harris might have he might have heard. He probably should have heard with the crowd being so quiet. Maybe it
doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Exactly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The fact is, Godbeer backed off looking hurt. The man threw a fucking combo, landing in a head kick to his chin, which hurt him and pretty much TKO'd him. And the ref was too late to jump in and stop him for what he thought was a low blow, which it was. I'm sorry, the ref was right on that.
A low blow.
But the ref was way too slow to jump in on that shit. How can you blame Walt Harris for that? I just don't get it. That should have been a no contest.
I agree with the no. I agree with the no contest, and that's being with the most liberal display, because to me it goes back to Mark Godbeard unable to compete, not because of a low blow, but because of the strikes that occurred after the low blow. I guess it's less of Godbeard playing the game, but more of him just being like, dude, I'm fucked up, man. I can't take any more of this.
Yeah, do refs not take into account adrenaline, the act of war? Is that like not part of fighting anymore? I wish I would knew. I wish I would know. I wish I knew.
Yeah, it's a tough one, because Walt Harris was continuing his striking combination as the ref jumps in. You see it all the time with guys who are out or after an eye poke or something like that, dude. It was an unintentional knee to the groin, and Harris was continuing on what he thought was an injury, he sensed blood, and he jumped in. And the referee, it wasn't like the referee grabbed him and pulled him away and he threw a head kick, and that's what rocked Godbeer. So in my mind, it should be overruled to a no contest, but the New York State Athletic Commission will not budge. Unfortunately, that's a loss for Harris, though it shouldn't be. If you look on the official scorecard, it's a loss via other.
Yeah.
He lost via other.
Yeah, if you look at the UFC Pick'ems that lost via other, if you look on his official scorecard, it's going to say DQ, which is a crock of shit in my mind. And it's just because it puts Walt Harris at a 2-fight losing streak now in the heavyweight division, and he's so much better than that 2-fight losing streak. He stepped in on short notice to take on Farisha Verdum. He got tapped out real quick, and then because he got tapped out real quick. Exactly, right. He got tapped out real quick. They decided to just rebook the Godbeer fight that was originally scheduled. And he gets DQ'd for something that, honestly, I don't think was his fault. It was the ref's fault. The ref should have been quicker. Honestly. And it's almost, I hate to be like a victim blamer or a victim shamer. It's almost Godbeer's fault, because protect yourself at all times.
That's right.
That is like that is the creed of MMA fighters. Protect yourselves at all times. He did not do that, so he should have been able to just take the loss like a man. Instead, he takes a DQ.
Yeah, that's a BS loss for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. It sadly is. Sadly,
you all right back there?
Yeah, no, we're cool.
Sounds like you're stomping on the desk in anger.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Just a little happenings.
a little bit of frustration and pounding on the desk. Not that much.
God damn
you! Making my point.
God damn you, Godbeer.
Yeah.
How dare you? Hey. So let's talk about the co-main event.
Okay.
We can talk about the main event in a minute, but let's talk about the co-main event.
Well, are we talking about the people's main event right now?
Oh, we're going to talk about the people's main event. Let's talk about the people's main event.
Yeah. The MMA the Max fucking main event. The
MMA the Max
that
main
we have
event.
Been drooling over and dreaming about and talking about the different ways that one man can beat another man and how it's going to happen. And, well, it happened.
We called it.
A little bit differently than we thought, but Jesus H. Christ, it happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new UFC Bantamweight champion. I'm sorry. Adding new. I'm going to bring that back. Hashtag once again.
Yeah, thank you.
TJ Dillishaw stops Cody Garbrandt by KO, they called it. Punches.
In the second round, son?
Yes. Took it to him.
I was mentioning tonight that I was noticing the first round TJ didn't go for a single takedown. He got rocked a little bit. Cody caught him and he got his counters, but TJ was working that timing. And I'm like, you know what? TJ didn't go for a single takedown. I think he's trying to lull Garbrandt into keeping his hands up for the takedown. And the second round, TJ went for a takedown and it was stuffed real quick and real easy by Garbrandt, but it was also a half-assed double by TJ. And I'm like, what is he doing? Okay, he's trying to find out his timing. Like, TJ is so cerebral, you know? I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And after he tried that takedown, then he started to feint for takedowns. And that started to get Cody to drop his hands a little bit. Then TJ threw that fucking high kick and rocked him. And once that happened, dude, that was the end of the fight. When TJ senses blood, that motherfucking snake in the grass, baby, that killer Shaw. He gets his son.
It was a good fight, man. It was a good fight because the first round, it was looking very even, and then all of a sudden, Cody caught that combo. He caught that shot.
Oh yeah, Cody's hands
TJ.
are quick, bro.
Dude, he's so
Cody's
good.
hands are fucking pretty,
so
dude.
good. He's so elite, man. He's such a good fighter.
Yeah, Cody's hands
a beast.
are fucking pretty, dude. He's good at those hands. With those hands, what he's got.
He's a beast. I like Cody. I really do. I'm not a fan of him personally because of what I've seen.
And I'm not a fan of Tam anymore either, man. And I've fucking made that very clear. Unless they change
fight wise, Cody is a fucking beast. That dude is elite.
Yeah.
And
he's gonna hang around that belt.
Hey, 10 more. I'm gonna admit it right now. 10 or 15 more seconds in that first round, that fight was over.
Close. I'm not going to agree with you, but I definitely can pick up what you're saying because TJ was rocked, but he wasn't fucked up. But but yeah, maybe because TJ's grappling may have been able to save him. I think it would have, but yeah, give it 30 seconds more, 15 seconds more at the least. Maybe it could have been Garbrandt's first round knockout.
Yeah,
it's likely
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the 10, 15 more seconds in the first round, I think Cody might have gotten him. We don't know because the ref did stop it, but he did drop TJ, man. But, oh, my God.
Oh, he hit him hard, bro.
Yeah, that shot was good because it was a close first round until that shot. It was a close first round.
It was like the same thing in that training footage that
that's
Garbrandt released.
Oh, yeah. The training footage that Garbrandt released, right? The one that that him and Buckles and everybody at Alpha Male was saying like, I knocked him out. I knocked him out in training. No, you didn't. You did not knock him out. You dropped him for sure.
Yeah. You caught him fucking clean.
You caught him. That was a good shot. That was a good shot at half speed in my mind. I don't think TJ was throwing with ill intent like Cody apparently did.
No, in my opinion. As we all understand how sparring goes, when you're sparring with somebody, sometimes you're trying to work out a technique, right? So maybe TJ was working out that left hook uppercut combination, trying to find openings, trying to figure out how it works, and so he was working that combination against Cody. So Cody knows I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there because we all know how sparring works. So maybe that's what TJ was working, and Cody was catching him with it, and Cody caught him with it. So now TJ's like, okay, when I do that, then I'm open here. You know what I mean? And he found it because he definitely dropped TJ, and he hit him hard as shit in that video, similarly as he did in the fight tonight. But the reason that wasn't a knockout 100% was because if Cody was saying, I knocked TJ out, I'm going to release the video of it, he would have released, instead of 10 seconds before the punch and half a second after, it would have been the other way around, showing TJ on the ground getting helped out. You know what I mean? So he knows
the video they released, man, like it's just him and Justin Buchholz hyped this video up so much, saying that Cody knocked out TJ.
Well, they kept saying they had something. They needed to find something.
They needed to find something. But when I saw that video, I saw TJ throwing it at maybe 50%. and Cody caught him with a very good counter. It was a great counter.
Pretty
it really was,
counter, dude.
But it was TJ going on 50%. Anybody that says TJ was not going 50% after seeing TJ's career, his entire UFC career at least, is wrong and ignorant. I'm sorry. If you thought that was TJ going 100%, you're an idiot.
No, I agree with you. That wasn't TJ 100%.
That Sagat uppercut that he threw, it was not meant to land. It really wasn't. It was a distance manager, and
correct.
Everybody is saying like, "Oh, we saw the video that was allegedly shot on a GoPro originally." That was the deal, right? That Justin said.
That was a GoPro?
No, that was the original deal. Was that we have this knockout footage of Cody knocking TJ out. Oh, I filmed that on my GoPro. Apparently, that was a Kmart brand of GoPro because that was the worst fucking video I've ever seen. And okay, so you Cody fanatics, which are cool. Cody's a good guy.
Cody's a great fighter, not a bad person.
He's a great fighter, not a bad person. Editing on The Ultimate Fighter made him look like a bad person. I can't actually sit there and say he's a bad person because he does have that dude with cancer, that little kid. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's a great guy.
He's probably a cool fucking cat dude, and most of the guys at Alpha Male probably cats, but as a group,
yeah, I'm sure they are. But apparently, they're listening to Faber when they want to be Faber's little bitch. Apparently, and I'm gonna use that word. They're all Faber's, all of their daddies. Like TJ was saying in the build-up, man. It's disgusting. It's ugly. It's nasty. They're fighting Faber's battle. That Faber can't do it himself. And Garbrandt was unfortunately a victim. He looked good in the first round.
He looked really good in the first round.
For the last 20 seconds. Last 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's one of those things where TJ Dillishaw, like, you talk about some boxers, right? We talked about how it would take Mayweather, 2 or 3, 4 rounds at the most to download McGregor's data.
Yeah.
You can look at a Lomachenko fight. I mean, that's what makes Lomachenko one of the fucking greatest boxers of all time. It takes him about half a round to download the data. But also, the 125-pound division in fucking boxing is super light. But it takes TJ about a round to download the data. And even though he had fought Cody before, TJ is not the same fighter, so he's trying to find himself in this dance. And how does he work with his partner? How does he take it? That can get you hurt, like TJ got hurt. If these guys were 85ers, maybe with a little bit more pop in their punch, that might have been lights out for TJ, But I think he was working through the data. Garbrandt is good. He's quick, and he's got his counters. And that's why I found it funny that TJ didn't shoot for any takedowns in the first round, because my contention this entire time was TJ's takedowns are too dynamic. He's got too many entries. Yep. But he never used them except for in the second round. Used them. In the second round, he shot for one sloppy outside double, and it was real quick.
Joe, Riverside Joe. TJ, here's the thing that people are going to lose in translation with this fight, is TJ outstruck Cody.
Oh, absolutely. He out MMA fought him. He outstruck him. Yeah. But I think he used MMA as a whole, because he did good in the first round, but he wasn't completely outstriking him. But in the second round, after his first sloppy takedown, it made Garbrandt remember something. Made Garbrandt think about, oh, fuck, this guy can take me down. And I think that lowered his hands, and that got Garbrandt on TJ's timing. And once TJ got him on his timing, that's when the head kick came, that's when the combinations came, and that's when TJ opened up.
I think a lot of people just are really underestimating how good Dwayne Ludwig is at coaching. I mean,
only if you're a fucking moron, dude. There's no way you can deny his abilities as a coach.
They actually bought into Faber's bullshit that he was trying to pass off.
But did anyone really? I think nobody in the real MMA community ever really bought off on it. Like, the closest person I could find to ever buying it and almost bought it was Ariel Helwani, but I don't think he bought full in. I think he did a good job of being a journalist.
Well, if you listen to Uriah Faber tell his side of the story, you can listen to a man that looks like, or listen to a man that sounds like he's trying to remember every single detail, so he doesn't come off as a liar. That's the thing I got. That's what I got from listening to Uriah Faber.
If you listen to
Cody,
the whole. Like, again, we're getting to the drama of the whole Team Alpha Male versus...
Which is we have to with this fight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We have to get it, because it's a big part of this fight. And if you listen to like when it first came up and TJ was on, and it all kind of comes back to the MMA Hour, when TJ was on and he told his side of the story, Faber came on and told almost the same thing, but with a little bit of his skew, which wasn't too far off. And then Dwayne came on, and then TJ. And every time Uriah's story started to change and show Dwayne to be, or started to show TJ to be more of duplicitous. The first time TJ wasn't so duplicitous, it was more about Dwayne. And then it became more and more about TJ. And the story kept kind of altering. It never was the same story. But it was the same story that TJ told, but it was always more about Uriah implementing intentions or something. You know, it was more about how Uriah was interpreting why who did what. And I'm just telling you, man, and I put it out there. I used to be a big fan of Team Alpha Male, and I haven't been since Tough. And this whole feud came down. I was like, whatever. I still like TJ. I still like Alpha Male. You know, mommy and daddy got a divorce. I still love mommy. I still love daddy. But you know what? The more this shit goes down, I'm not a fan of Team Alpha Male. I want to be a fan again because as we've discussed fucking every single episode, I'm a huge fan of the 25 and 35 pounders. Like that's my weight class, and I love those guys. And I want to see Tam keep putting out great fighters.
I'm sorry, that ain't your weight class, homie.
Well, no, not me. I'm a heavyweight.
No, I completely agree with what you're saying. I gotta blame all of this. I honestly have to blame all of this on Uriah Faber. I really do. I just do not give a fuck, and I actually do not like Uriah Faber anymore. Ever since he came to the UFC, he felt like he's been entitled. And ever since he came to the UFC, he felt like his entire gym was entitled. The fact is, the only one of his gym, the only person in his gym that worked his way up was TJ Dillishaw. Now, we can all argue whether or not he deserved that title shot or not, which at the time, I did not agree. He deserved that title shot.
He was a bit gifted his first title shot against Barao.
But Rafael Sancho was injured. They had nobody else to go with. So
he beat Rafael Sancho in their first fight, too. He beat Sancho. That was a bullshit decision.
I thought it was close, but I thought Sancho did get the decision.
I don't. So. Watch it again.
TJ did evolve. Him, bro. He evolved. No, I did, and I did watch it again. And I watched the TJ and Cruz fight multiple times, and I thought TJ won that fight.
I thought TJ won that fight too. We both discussed that when it happened. It was
very close. It was very close.
TJ dictated where the dance took place the entire time, and the third and fourth round with those leg kicks, he completely dominated those. So
he won the first 2 rounds. He lost the last 3. That is my analysis.
I agree completely.
Yeah. So, but the problem is, man, is just like a lot of people just underestimated TJ going in this fight because Cody was the new hot hand on the town. He made Dominic Cruz look bad. He made him look bad. You know,
he also made Dominic Cruz turn into a Mexican, so to speak.
He also made Dominic Cruz. He also made Dominic Cruz. Yeah, exactly. Attack instead of defend, which is not like Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, Dominic Cruz.
But at the same time, TJ Dillishaw, he had the power that Dominic Cruz did not have.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people forgot that. They were like, "Oh, TJ just like a." TJ Dillishaw is just a slow moving what's the word I'm looking for? Small rent fucking Dominic Cruz.
I got you. A poor man's Dominic Cruz.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to get at. I'm hiccuping. I've been hiccuping. I've been drinking. I can see what people would say that because one of the reasons he was brought on to TAM was because of his wrestling style. When you watch, good luck trying to find some, Cal State Fullerton wrestling video. But when TJ Dillishaw wrestled, he was more of an in and out kind of, use his timing and in switching stances wrestler. You know what I mean? Like that's how he wrestled, and that's one of the main reasons why Uriah Faber brought him on to Team Alpha Male was to teach him to mimic Dominic Cruz, and so he did to a degree. Because that's his natural way of fighting, and then you put him inside that Bang Muay Thai system, and you've got yourself one of the best striking systems in the entire world.
Exactly. You take one of the best striking systems in the entire world with someone who is athletically gifted and naturally wants to switch stances, who naturally wants to fuck it, man. I'm not calling him. He's the Cobra. He wants to You know what I mean? He wants to shake his shoulders. He wants to get you
kill a snake. Kill a snake, man. Come on.
Kill a fucking Shaw, dude.
He is. He's the Dillishaw. He's the kill snake. He's the cobra. He's
the shit, man. And you know what, dude?
I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to say right now. He's the best bantamweight in the entire world. Dominic Cruz will not beat him.
He's got the belt for a reason, son.
He will not beat him, and he will not beat him. Dominic Cruz will not beat him in a rematch. Cody has no chance. No chance. This is... So
the only person at
bantamweight back in when his fight with John Lineker back in December, we said we both said on our fucking our episode, the debut episode, said that that was the best TJ Dillashaw we've ever seen. If that TJ Dillashaw shows up to fight anybody, which apparently turned out to be Cody Garbrandt,
yep,
nobody beats him. Nobody beats him, and I'm standing by that. I'm standing by that fact. If that TJ Dillashaw that shows up continues the fight, nobody beats him ever.
Nobody beats him, dude. And I'm even talking at 135 if DJ moves up to 135.
Oh, see,
if DJ comes up to fight him,
if that TJ shows up, oh my god,
TJ beats DJ.
That is a bad fucking matchup. That is a fucking I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying bad like it's a bad for either fighter.
I'm talking about Michael Jackson bad, bro.
I'm talking bad fucking. That's a badass fight right there. And I love that TJ called him out. I love that TJ called him out because Cody was talking about saying, I'm going to fight fucking DJ after I knock out TJ Dillashaw.
Yep.
Dillashaw knocks him out. He says, Mighty Mouse, where you're at. We're ready to go. I'm ready to fight you. Oh, my God.
Mighty Mouse and Whitaker were both in the fucking crowd tonight. They kept panning to him.
Unfortunately, here's the sad thing, Joe. Here's the sad thing. Is neither of them are getting that title shot. Neither of them are getting a title shot. That's the fucked up thing. I think Mighty Mouse will get a title shot before Whitaker. Because
Whitaker
what
has
in the
the title. What do you mean?
It don't matter.
He's not going to unify the belt.
Do you think that GSP is going to stay at middleweight and defend the title against Robert Whitaker?
Bisping
I don't.
He said this, and I know it's what it's worth. He said that his contract legally dictates if he wins, he must defend the belt against the interim champ.
Bisping's contract.
No. GSP's contract said that.
Bisping is not.
He was on the MMA Hour about 3 or 4 weeks ago, talking about his contract.
He can talk all he wants, man. But GSP is not defending that shit against Whitaker.
I'm telling you what he said his contract dictates.
They're gonna pay Whitaker an absorbent amount of money and ride
to hurt his knee training.
No, to continue to ride this GSP hype train into a fight with Conor.
That's the money fight, huh? That's the money fight.
It is the money fight.
That's the money fight, especially after GSP's performance tonight. Let's get into that main event too, and we can get back to kissing TJ's fucking 12-pack. But how did GSP look tonight to you in that first round?
Vulnerable. That's the way I looked at it.
A little rusty, right?
Yeah, and he was lucky he caught Bisping with that shot. Bisping. I'm sorry, GSP. Crisp. I think Bisping overlooked him, to be honest, and I thought GSP looked at least decent for the first 2 rounds, and he caught that shot, which led to the chokeout submission. All props to Bisping. I'm not taking anything away from that man. Do I see anything in Bisping's game from the fight tonight that can lead me to believe that he would beat a Robert Whitaker, a Luke Rockhold, a Yoel Romero?
Yes.
Not a fucking chance, man.
I think he could beat Romero. I know I'm not.
Not a chance.
Maybe I'm biased because I'm so down on Romero. I don't like Romero, and so maybe that's why I can see it, but I can't see him beating Whitaker or Rockhold. I can't see him beating Weidman.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure if I'm going to fucking pick him against fucking Weidman.
Yeah,
or
I can't
if
see
he
him
was
beating
still in the
Weidman.
UFC, Gegard Mousasi, if he was still in the UFC.
Yeah, I can see him beating. I can see GSP beating Gastelum.
I'm actually curious if GSP even beats Dave Branch at this point. I saw a lot of holes in this game.
Dude, you're a racist against French people from Northern America.
No, I'm sorry. If I
check
was
your privilege, bro. Check your privilege. I'm just saying, check it.
If I was If I was going to be, if it's going to be sensitive to the racist or to the French people, I wouldn't be taking any sides here.
Hold on. Have you ever had poutine before? Have you ever eaten poutine?
So I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Have you ever eaten poutine before?
Poutine or poutang?
Not poutang. I know you've eaten poutang. Poutine, man. Poutine. Fries, gravy, curds. No?
Oh, well, now that you put a name on it, yeah, it's delicious.
It's a fucking bomb note.
It's
and on
delicious.
that note, that's why I love all people from British Columbia, a.k.a. Rory McDonald. Can't wait to see a fight in January.
God,
but I was just trying to get off subject. I'm so stoked on that Bellator fight, dude.
If I wasn't so drunk, I'd be calling you out even harder on how much of a fucking kiss ass you are, dude. Why don't you just fucking...
I love the fighters that I love, bro. When I love fighters,
dick?
I love them forever.
Why don't you just suck GSP's dick?
No. I'm straight. You're the dick rider. I'm the fanboy.
No. You're sitting here talking about the fucking French Canadians, man. Why don't you just suck his dick?
Because I'm straight, man. It does enjoy penis.
I mean, no. I mean, he looked great. He looked
really good. The first round,
great is an overstatement. He looked good.
Yeah. The first round was a little bit sluggish and ring rusty, but the second round
he lost easily to Bisping.
We got
the third round though,
Bisping, and it was funny is
third round he was losing until he caught that shot that led to the fucking chokeout.
But that again, you know what? I'm kind of bummed that Bisping didn't retire.
He's still got money fights left in him, I think.
Does Bisping have money fights? Because look, you and I have been on opposite sides of the Bisping train.
He's got a lot of money fights. I don't like him, but yes, he does.
I've been a big fan of Bisping. I mean, you've never liked him, but as a fan of Bisping,
no. I used to love Bisping. Then Bisping retired on a fight that he didn't win. I'm sorry, Johnny Hendricks won that fight.
No. I'm talking about Bisping, not St. Pierre.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking yeah. Apparently,
that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Bisping didn't retire. I wanted Bisping to retire and just, hey, look, I'm done.
He's still got fights left. He's still got some good money fights left. He still has a grudge match with Yoel Romero. Now they're both coming off a loss. You could put that fight together. He's still got that fight going. He's still got a grudge match with Chris Weidman. They've been talking for a long time. Weidman's not even close to a title shot yet. I'm sorry, he's not.
Bisping Weidman would be really fun.
Yeah, he's still
I'd rather see that than Bisping.
Why retire when you can at least headline a fight night? Which is what like a Bisping versus Yoel Romero or Bisping versus Chris Weidman can do. Why
Bisping
do
versus
that?
Anybody's going to headline a fight night for sure.
Yeah, why retire when you still have money ready to come in?
I'm a big Weidman fan, but I would pick Bisping over Weidman.
I haven't seen anything yet, but I think Bisping makes at least $2 million on this fight.
Oh yeah, easily. This is a big card, bro. I was trying to log into Fight Pass and I couldn't get in. It was like it wouldn't load because so many people were trying to load it.
That's because you were just trying to steal mine, but it's cool.
No, brother, like I pay for my own Fight Pass these days.
Yeah. No, it's cool. No, I honestly think that Bisping has a lot more to offer.
Dude, I love watching him fight, so I'd be happy to see it, but I just don't know what money fights he has. I mean, he has fights to make money.
He has Weidman, which is a good money fight, at least maybe if not main event, which I think it should be a main event. At least
all the
fight
people
night.
You know that are casuals, how many of those casuals are going to buy that pay-per-view?
That's the great thing about Michael Bisping is a lot of them will buy it just to see him get his ass whooped.
But you have friends with casuals. Are they going to watch Bisping versus fucking Weidman? They're going to pay $60 for that? You and I are, for
As
sure.
A pay-per-view. No. I was saying a fight night. You're talking about pay-per-view here.
Yeah, but I don't know what Bisping's contract is, but I know he gets points. And so without points, is he really going to make that much money?
Yeah, that's a good part. Yeah, maybe a good point. But if you're talking about main events, just to get Bisping named out there, I mean...
It'll sell main events on a Fight Pass or on Fight Night, but it's not a money fight. Like he can still make money. I get what you're saying. He can still headline cards, but he's gonna get paid the same as a headliner or a fucking Fight Pass prelim guy.
Yeah.
Right now that he's not champ anymore, his contract is X amount of dollars to win, X amount to show.
For sure. No, I completely agree. But I just think that Bisping is a guy that can sell at least a a fight night card, and especially against somebody like Weidman, especially against somebody like Mousasi who's not there. But it could be somebody.
You mean
that's
Romero?
What I'm saying. No, I'm saying especially against somebody like Mousasi who's not there. It could be against somebody like Romero. Bisping still has their name recognition that he could sell a fight night card for that stuff.
Yeah, he could sell a fight night card. He might be able to negotiate a better contract for that particular fight. Yeah. I see it. Another main event fucking fight I'd like to kind of discuss. I think you want to as well. We talked about some of the better strikers in the welterweight division last week. I said the best straight-up boxer at the welterweight division was Jorge Masvidal.
And I said it was Darren Till.
You said Darren Till.
But I said the best
kickboxer in the welterweight division was Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
And he proved it. And he proved it.
And he
at
proved
no point in this entire fight,
at
no point in this entire fight did I think that Wonderboy's in trouble.
Not once. And Masvidal looked like it twice.
And I think so highly of Masvidal. I really do.
Yeah.
And Wonderboy made him look amateur. He really did. He made him look amateur. It wasn't even close.
What Wonderboy did, which was great, is he took Masvidal, who is a baller boxer with, I think, really good boxing hands, and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson turned it into a point karate fight, and he made Masvidal point fight him. And I'm not saying that Wonderboy just, flicked his nose and ran away. I mean, Wonderboy put some power on him and rocked him and stumbled him and dropped him, and
Wonderboy did drop him. He actually, Wonderboy looked really good, but Masvidal.
No, Wonderboy looked great, but I mean, he turned it into his fight. He turned it into a Wonderboy Thompson kind of fight, and Masvidal couldn't fight that way. Wonderboy or Masvidal needed to brawl, and Wonderboy stayed composed. He looked like TJ
Dillishaw fighting Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing that up, people.
Not quite, but he looked like he was playing chess. He looked like he was looking at George Masvidal, not as a guy who's gonna knock him out.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was playing chess against Jorge Masvidal, who's trying to play checkers. Yeah,
you're right. And I still believe in Masvidal striking. I'm still very high on Masvidal.
Very high. But he was playing checkers.
I'm going to say this right now, man, and it hurts me to say it, but Masvidal's never going to fucking wear the strap.
And honestly, that's kind of sad because Masvidal is one of the best fighters in the entire world.
But I'm not wrong.
You're absolutely not wrong. It doesn't matter if it's that's the problem, Masvidal, and a lot of people, they like to overhype him, saying he's going to be a champ one day. He will not. At welterweight or lightweight. And that's a sad thing because he's so good. He is so good. Masvidal is so good. But unfortunately,
he's not a gatekeeper yet.
There was always somebody better than him. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's not a gatekeeper yet. He's a perennial contender right now. In another 2 years, he may become a gatekeeper. I don't know. I love watching him fight. I'm going to tune in. I mean, I tune into every fight because I love it, but there are fights that get me up, and any Masvidal fight's going to get me up. It's gonna.
If Masvidal fights, Wonderboy fights, I'm up for it. If a Wonderboy fights, I'm up for it. If any of those guys in any of the fights, Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillishaw,
sure.
I'm up for it, man. I'm down.
Any of the 8 guys in the last 4 fights of the night are guys you get up for.
I'm ready. But it's just MMA, and it doesn't matter who you fight for. If it's MMA, I'm up for it, man. There was a great LFA card that just happened.
LFA was nice this week too.
But there was also an ugly disqualification.
I
mean,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It was disgusting, but I bring that up because I want to kind of point out that there is it's not just the UFC. Like a lot of people try to say, "Oh, the UFC refs, blah blah blah." There's a lot.
They're the same refs, dude.
Yeah, they're the same refs. It's the athletic commission. There's a lot of there's a lot of refs that go out there. A lot of judges that just kind of like fuck everything up. And a lot of people try to say, "Oh, it's the UFC, it's the athletic commission refs." It doesn't matter. There's a lot of refs out there that will fuck everything up. And when you see shit like CJ Hancock that almost died in the fucking cage
Right.
Because of bad, just bad. It has nothing to do with the refs, but it's just bad fucking weight cutting. Plus, what the ref stoppage. It puts a black mark on the sport. It really does put a black mark on the sport, and it's ugly. It's disgusting. I hope that everybody as a MMA fan gets past it, because as much we kind of just talk about the fights, man. That's somebody's livelihood. It's not cool. I hope he's cool. I hope I'm not Jeff Hughes. I'm sorry. CJ Hancock. I hope he's cool. I hope he's good. He says he's good. He died in the cage. Take care, man. Get yourself better. I hope that people that listen to the show watched LFA to get them ratings and get the numbers. But I hope they didn't watch at the same time to see that shit from LFA to see this man almost die in the cage. Dude had to get resuscitated. So that's how bad it was. Yeah. It's MMA. I feel like I'm digressing. Am I digressing? I've been drinking.
No, you're touching on a subject that's touchy. You're trying to be as tactful as you can to see a guy who literally.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm digressing from some point I had. I had a point.
Well, you're moving from the UFC card over to other cards and other fights to transition into the Bellator fights on Friday night. No, you were trying to transition a touch. And
which saw former UFC competitor and former UFC top light heavyweight contender at least defend his light heavyweight championship against Linton Vassel and absolutely 100% unequivocally dominate the fuck out of him. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, it was an interesting fight for me because I think the first round for Bader was a little bit touch and go, but I think he just had to find his rhythm against Vassel, and once he did, it was obvious that they're not in the same league. There's levels to this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's
right.
levels.
Like that Frank Yeager says, there's levels of shit, motherfucker.
There's levels of this shit. And look, dude, I was never super high on Bader in the UFC, but I always did like him. I always thought he was a good fighter. He was not the funnest to watch, but he was definitely a good fighter and a great competitor. In Bellator, I'm super high on him. I only think there's...
Of course.
I think there's only... What's that?
I said, of course. I mean, he's got...
There's only
he
one
doesn't
other
have
guy.
that much competition out there, at least.
Yeah, there's only one other guy I think that can give him some decent competition at 205, and he already beat him twice in some very boring fights.
Phil Davis? What?
Yeah. Who put on a good show himself.
At 205, even at 205, I still think Gegard gives him a problem.
I think Gegard will get out wrestled by him. In all honesty, I think Gegard.
Well, judging by his Strikeforce fight with King Mo, yeah, you might have a good point.
That's just what I'm thinking. But we'll see. But that's just my thought. And Gegard's wrestling game and his takedown defense has gotten much better than his fighting against King Mo. Yeah. But I just think that up against the cage, Greco-Roman style wrestling, I don't know anybody in Bellator 205 Greco-Roman style wrestling who can even compete.
Okay, Bader. Riverside Joe.
Yeah.
You been drinking all night?
For the most part, yes, sir.
Me too.
What I do?
I've been drinking for a good amount of this time of the show, and we are well over an hour at least. Not well over, but we're an hour and fucking 3 minutes. We've been drinking. We're just fucking good old boys having a good time.
Rambling again.
I didn't know what's gonna happen on this fucking next fight night. UFC fight night. Poirier vs. Pettis.
Dude, right?
Right. So I just want to talk about these. The main event and the co-main event, because these are like, this is like two of the best booked fights that I've seen in a long time. Main event, Dustin Poirier and Anthony Pettis, and then the co-main event, Matt fucking Immortal Brown and Diego the Nightmare. Wait, is he still going? Did he switch back?
He's the Dream.
No, he switched back. He switched back. I think he switched back to the Nightmare. Sanchez. It don't matter. Joe, Dustin Poirier, Anthony Pettis. How do you see this fight going?
I see this fight going the distance with Anthony Pettis edging away a close victory over Poirier.
Ooh. I'm going to disagree, and I think Poirier stops him in the third.
You think he stops him in the third?
I think he stops him. I do. I do think he stops him.
Okay.
I think Pettis, unfortunately, is one of those guys that would benefit from the 165 division. I'm sorry. Though 145, 155. Yeah, 165.
It's 65.
Yeah, 65.
Okay.
Where he does not have to cut as much as he tried to do. For
The
145
cut was ridiculous for him.
He looked ugly. He doesn't have to cut to 155, he's been very ugly since winning the title. And at 165, he could just be relaxed.
Yeah, I think you might be all right. I think
Poirier is going to have the speed advantage. I think Poirier stops in the third.
All right.
And in the co-main event, Matt, the Immortal Brown, and what he says is his retirement fight.
Yep.
Against probably the greatest fucking opponent that the UFC could give to Matt, the Immortal Brown, in any division whatsoever. Diego Sanchez. Oh my God.
The
fight of the year. Fight of the year coming up, right?
The hands down chin up fighter of Diego Sanchez, the unknockoutable chin
fight of the year is coming up, right? Am I wrong? Wrong? Fight of the year is coming up. Am I wrong?
There's a very good chance. If it was a 5-round fight, I would give it 100% chance. The 3-round fight, there's still a pretty goddamn good chance.
Yeah, it is so good, man. This is a great card. This is a great card. You got Poirier versus Pettis. You got Brown versus Sanchez. Albina versus Arlovsky at heavyweight. And if anybody doesn't know who Albina is, look him up.
You'll find out quick, bro.
Yeah, exactly, because he's gonna stop Arlovsky. You got Nate Marquardt and Cesar Ferreira.
Great fight.
Ferreira. Great fight, because Marquardt's actually been looking really good since he returned to middleweight. He has been looking good.
Post-TRT.
He had a decision lost to Sam Alvey, but he's been looking really fucking good at middleweight. Taking on Cesar Ferreira, who's actually
talking about some Bantamweight too with the Sunsao Lopez, right?
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, Rafael Assunção is so lucky on his last fight that he got away with a victory because he lost to Marlon Moraes, who is fighting John Dodson at Bantamweight. Oh my God, this fucking card is stacked.
I thought Assunção was fighting Lopez. Oh, Moraes Dodson. Sorry.
Yeah. Assunção was fighting Matthew Lopez, but Assunção was fighting fucking John Dodson.
Real quick on this card, I don't know if we can get into too much more on it, but Dodson
Lozon versus Guida. Jesus, this fucking card.
Northcutt versus Quiones.
Oh my God. Dude.
Angela fucking Hill, dude.
I was going to say Ultimate Fighter winner Tatiana Suarez and Angela Hill. Oh my God, this card's so stacked. A lot of you. Okay, I'm sorry, people.
Sean Strickland, like that's a style makes a fight.
What happened tonight with Bisping and GSP, dude? Watch this fucking card. This card's going to be so stacked.
Yeah.
Chad
this
Collier
is a fight night card on Fox
Chad Collier
Sport, right?
and Marcelo Fortina. A lot of people don't know those names, but they should because they're actually gatekeepers that are exciting.
Oh, Fortuna is so much fun to watch fight.
Fortuna came in the UFC weighing 208 pounds. He lied about his fucking weight class to fight a heavyweight fight, and he knocked out what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he knocked a heavyweight dude.
Yeah,
and then just immediately dropped down to 185. Like that's
because he weighs 205 without cutting weight and eating an extra steak before weigh-ins.
Oh my God, so many cards coming up in the month of month of November coming up.
11 fights in 11 weeks. There's one bye week because the tough fight is 2 fights in one weekend.
That's right, and unfortunately I might not be able to watch it. But Joe,
what's up, buddy?
I'm drunk. How you doing?
How do they get a hold of me on social media?
Yeah, you want to bring that up because I've been drinking?
Yes, sir. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up. So you can get a hold of me on social media at JoeHud45 on Twitter. At Twitter. Or if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, where most of my fantastic posts can be found, it is MMA to the Max Joe. And as always, the 2 is the number 2.
The number
Robert,
2 for 2 co-hosts.
Where can they find you and find our show?
That's right. So, everybody, if you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at It's Rock Robster. No apostrophe. Just have fun. Be like, oh, it's Rock Robster. Yeah, that's me.
On Twitter.
If you want to find us on our Twitter show, it's at MMA The Max Show on Twitter. Find me on Instagram at MMA The Max Rob. I post a lot of good memes. I think they're funny. Some people may not. It helps promote the show. You laugh sometimes. That's cool. Find us on Facebook at MMA The Max Podcast. That is facebook.com/MMA The Max Podcast. Find us on our show. Let us know how drunk and stupid you might think we might be. Or
you're probably right.
Yeah, especially at this point. I'm ready to go to bed. But, yeah, at this point. Or even just fucking post on the fucking page and be like, God damn, this is a shitty podcast. Fuck you guys. That'd be cool. Just as long as you rate us at 5 stars, because that's what we do have right now is a unstoppable 5-star rating on our podcast. That's cool. Booyah. That's MMA The Max with beer.
Lots of beer.
Next week, everybody. Hey, by the way, we've been saying for a long time that MMA The Max was a pro TJ Dillishaw podcast.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. We told you all they would beat fucking Cody Garbrandt.
Boom.
But we were claiming that Bisping would beat GSP, so we're kind of off on that one. So, everybody, I just want to let you know, enjoy our show. Please just talk shit if you have to. I'd appreciate it. We had a good time. I had a good time. I got really drunk, so I apologize if I started dropping off wherever.
Yeah, you started drifting off about 5 minutes ago, but you're good right now. Don't let it go too much longer.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed, man. So, okay, so for MMA Max, that was fucking, I slurred the shit out of that, didn't I?
Just close this out, brother.
Yeah, I slurred the shit out of that. For MMA to the Max, I am your host, Robert Taylor, joined as always by my co-host,
Riverside Joe.
Yeah! Everybody take care. We'll see you next week.
The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.